This is the rhythm of the.
Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about TikTokers exposing the lies surrounding the Blue Origin space mission. Let's talk about it, because in case you have missed it, there was a all-female space crew that went to space for 11 minutes and returned to Earth 2 Mondays ago. And this was a mission that was spearheaded by Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos intends to make Blue Origin a space tourism business venture. Also, Jeff Bezos wants to dump our garbage to space. He basically wants to take our trash from the Earth, dump it out of space so as to make the Earth a cleaner, healthier planet. Now, I don't know how he's going to achieve that, because our common sense should tell us that if our atmosphere is not clean, then automatically Earth cannot be clean. So I don't know what's going on with these billionaires and these people who are so educated, but still yet somewhat, they tend to not see things for what they are. Anywho, let's get into the TikTokers exposing the fact that, or they believe, the Blue Origin all-female crew space mission, it's just a hoax. It never happened. These women never went to space. Now, one of the things you're pointing out is the lily that Katy Perry had in her hand. They're saying, how do you pick a lily from Earth and then you take it to space, and then it was still fresh as though you just picked it? Something is not adding up there. But for many people, it was the door opening upon landing immediately. Because the thing is, when you go to space, right, you know that everything has to be pressurized. And once it lands, normally, because of the pressure, you have to let the capsule sit because of the pressurized cabin that they're in. And not just that, normally they spray the capsule down, just to ensure like there's no biohazards or anything like that. And spraying it down is also a part of the cooling down process. And then after all of that is completed, then the door is opened from the outside because it is so heavy. And then the astronauts are helped out of the capsule. Normally, they cannot just step out the capsule like that because, experiencing weightlessness and lightness, for any period of time can make you a bit woozy. But if you notice in the clip, these women were able to open that capsule from the inside, and it was like someone messed up their portion of the script. They had to close it back, and then Jeff Bezos had to go in with that tool to make it seem as though, oh my God, the door is so heavy. It's such a hard task. We're opening the capsule as we should from the outside. But you know that a lot of people automatically caught onto it. And as such, they have exposed that and other numerous inconsistencies in this Blue Space Origin space mission. So let's take a look at these clips together, and then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
What's going to come out of her mouth, but really her heart.
And is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see.
That is.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here goes Jeff Bezos to open the hatch.
She didn't really close it again. Come on out, guys.
Why does astronaut Suni Williams' hair float in space while Katy Perry's hair floats upside down? When Suni Williams was live in the space capsule, the audience could clearly see her hair floating up, because in space, astronauts are no longer affected by gravity. But the crew of the Blue Origin project did not show the obvious characteristics of this weightless state. Katy Perry's hair even hung down. Some netizens thought that this might be because her hair was too long, but Gayleking's short hair was almost the same as on Earth, and there was no obvious floating. It is worth noting that all astronauts will wear spacesuits when returning to Earth. This is to deal with the possible sudden decompression when re-entering the atmosphere. Even if there is no extravehicular activity, this basic safety precaution must be taken. The most confusing thing is, when the members returned to Earth, the hatch of the space capsule was actually opened inwards. But in fact, considering that the pressure inside the space capsule will push outward, the normal space capsule door design is to open outward to maintain structural stability. Nevertheless, Jeff Bezos' space marketing plan is undoubtedly very successful. There are already many billionaires eager to try and start space travel. So do you think this is a show, or did they really enter space?
Tim Dillon.
How are you?
I'm much better now that the ladies are back from space.
Thank you for having me. What were they up there, 10 minutes?
Well, it was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. What were her findings? That's my question.
Well,
what did she learn?
Daisy, which is super important. It shows you how quick the flight was. The dead daisy that's like snipped from its life source was still alive or still vibrant.
Yeah, so they go up there and they float for like 10 minutes.
At least.
And then they come down. It's a big deal.
Let's celebrate female astronauts.
And because they were united.
Because a lot of men astronauts, they have to go to school.
Right.
They have to learn how to be a pilot first. Then they have to join the Air Force or the Navy. And then they get appointed by NASA.
That's right.
And then they go to space. You know?
But, and there has been, that's the other thing, there has been female astronauts. Yeah,
what
like
they did
I think
is
there was a bit stuck on a space station for a few months. That's terribly more impressive.
Let's not minimize this. No, the problem with that story is that she was rescued by a very awful person who wants to expose fraud and waste.
Yes. Did Musk rescue her?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know
where's that in the news?
Oh, I didn't know
Those
that.
Those fucking people were stuck. The Boeing jet, the Skyline, whatever the fuck it is, the Boeing spaceship, wasn't working. They couldn't fix it.
Interesting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and by the way, Elon could have rescued them during the Biden administration. They didn't want to because of his open support for Trump. So they left those people up there. Yes. He's talked about it on my podcast. They left those people up there.
And they're just chilling.
No, they're dying.
You know what's going to come out of her mouth, but really her heart.
And is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see.
That is.
Here we go.
Yeah. Here goes Jeff Bezos to open the hatch.
She didn't really close it again. Come on out, guys.
The montage of them about them. Let's watch.
Out there, it's dark. It's like death.
And I'm so proud of us. I really am proud of me.
Flowers for me, I believe, are like God's laughter and God's smile. And I brought a daisy because I have so much love for my daughter Daisy, and I have so much love for Mother Earth.
It just says to me, if I can do this, I was telling these guys, I might even now get my ears pierced. I've never gotten my ears pierced because that hurts.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future. Yeah.
Oh my God.
10 out of 10 review.
I mean, it's 2025. I don't know how it is that they thought they would do these things and then just get away with doing them seamlessly without the court of public opinion picking it apart and noticing the inconsistencies. Now, equally, I also have to say that technology has improved. So, there's some things that, they have done 10 years ago that they would be doing different this date. However, also equally, while technology has improved, what we've seen over the years is that the things that were created in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s are often better than current interventions like the modern, not the modern, but the older invention oftentimes are 10 times better than the current intervention. So even though
Let's talk about space reentry protocols, because what happened with Blue Origin's historic all-female flight doesn't match reality. When NASA astronauts return to Earth, they sit in that capsule for hours. Why? Because the hatch is externally sealed and pressurized. Ground crews run safety checks for toxic fumes, radiation, and structural integrity. Nobody unbuckles mid-plummet at 700 miles per hour to casually pop the door open from the inside. That's not physics. That's suicide. Yet here's Blue Origin capsule. Live footage shows the hatch cracking open from within before Bezos even grabs his shiny little key. A crew member panics, slams it shut like they're hiding a secret. Meanwhile, Bezos, still sweating from his viral